Hello and welcome to the first of a series I'm calling the Sketchbook Tour. Every time I'll finish a sketchbook that I'm working on, I'll shoot one of these POV videos, and I thought for the first one I would showcase the Tiny Sketchbook Project, volume number 2. This is actually a special project from the Brooklyn Art Library. It'll also travel to these different cities, and it'll travel in like this very tiny suitcase because these are very tiny sketchbooks. I got this in the mail. It's a package. It's got a flyer, and then it has these guidelines, rules, and instructions. They take the book around the world. It'll also remain at the Brooklyn Art Library for years to come, and then they'll get text notifications and emails sent to you whenever someone checks it out. I'll show you how tiny it is. First off, you have one of these, what would you call it? Like sort of a FAQ. You can also rebind the book, take it apart. And then on the front, they have a list of themes as like a starting point to sort of wrap your head around what you're going to be drawing on this thing. So I kind of took these core themes down here and thought about what can I fill in this tiny sketchbook. And I thought one of the cool things to do would be, this is my theme, space. So the vast, infinite space all condensed into this tiny sketchbook. And I did space for two reasons. I was inspired by the art of Jack Kirby, and I wanted to be able to use a lot of black ink to sort of fill these pages up. So my main goals were, I wanted to use a lot of line, I wanted to use a lot of texture, I wanted to play around with negative space. I didn't know what the pages were gonna be. I just sort of thought of those themes, the line, texture, negative space, and then just played around with that as much as I could in different variations. And if you're a fan of Jack Kirby, you know that this here, you get a little Kirby crackle, a lot of dots. It's a really fun texture and fun pattern and unique thing that he used to do in all his comics. Like that's a good example of it right here. I didn't use a lot of materials. I stuck to at least four pens, and just tried to make each page interesting. And then I thought about if I wanted to design creatures, and I try to keep it very minimal. Like there's not a lot of creature art in here. It's a lot of space, landscapes, and exploration. So when it came time to creatures, I thought about, the same thing of just focusing on line and texture. And, some of the creature things I did, they're just multiples of shape. A lot of ovals and circles, and nothing too detailed, because I was trying to focus on making really interesting lines. I played around a lot with teeth as well. So here I have some teeth here, teeth here. This was sort of inspired by John Carpenter's The Thing. So like sort of like a black hole with teeth. Weird like parasite creatures. Again, negative space, playing around with negative space, and that Kirby crackle. So a lot of circles. I really like that one. That one turned out cool. And like, I feel like they're all interesting, any way you look at it. And I felt like that was one of the cool things about just drawing space-themed art, is that it's kind of interesting from every way you move the book around. This was my theme for the sketchbook project, this very tiny sketchbook project. So I just wanted to share that with you. And then here's the materials I use. So again, I kept it very minimal. So I have here this Uniball Signo pen. This is what I used for the white. This is a Pentel sign pen. My trusty Pilot G2. If you ever see me at a convention, I'm always drawing with this. And then the other thing I always use is this Pentel pocket brush. And those were the materials. I did have circle templates that I used. I have this nice one here that you can use around, and then it's got these inside circles, and it kind of looks like a Predator 2 weapon, you know, that disc Danny Glover throws. And then I have this thing here. So I thought this would be a fun video to start off this series of videos that I plan to make exclusively for Patreon. So this is sort of where my mind's at right now, is just creating exclusive content. Thanks for watching this. If you subscribed and are a patron, I appreciate it, and I hope to do more of these. Till the next POV sketchbook tour. I'll see you later.